And we got your basic rainy day here in Adams County, Pennsylvania. And, you know, going into work. Going into work. What did I want to tell you? I wanted to tell you something, but I forgot. Forgot what it is. Well, check out our latest video. It's a promotion for a tour we're doing with Ken Gavin at Valley Forge in September. It's a fundraiser for the Digital History Pioneers Foundation, and it should be what we call epic. It's actually an overnight with dinner the night before, and then I believe it's a 4-hour tour on the next day, and then everybody goes home and enjoys the rest of their weekend. Good morning, Jeff. How are you? Bill, good morning. Eric, good morning. Matt Gillespie, good morning to all the Gettysburgs, trademark. And Babra, hello, Babra. How are you? Babra, cadabra. I wanna reach out and grab ya. What a stupid song that is. Or at least a rhyme. The rhyme is stupid. It's actually a pretty good song musically. Anyway, so that's, go check that out there. And let's see, I had a nice dinner last night with two of our listeners from Wales. They came to the States back in December, and we got together with them then. He's a patron. And last night we went to Montezuma's, had some delicious Mexican food. And thank you, Matt, for the coffee. And we we had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun times there. And people from Europe, or at least the Great Britain, are funny. There's dryness, there's a sarcasm, there's and in some ways gallows humor that I really enjoy about them over there. And so we had some laughs. We had some good laughs. So that's what we did last night. And then, well, they were supposed to come by today, go for a walk, but I don't know if the rain is going to clear up. But either way, they're coming by to see the studio. Also had a good conversation with Jacob Bates yesterday, who, is a history boy. And he's in town filming his first movie. And it made me wonder where I've gone wrong in my life. He's 19 years young, in college, and very talented, though. I think that's the difference. He's, good kid. We had a good conversation, and he's going to come by tomorrow, and we'll record a little show with him. But he's also going to show me some of the footage they've been shooting, and that'll be fun. And what else? That's about it. We have a pretty light week, so we're just mainly in the studio editing. Tad will be editing. I'll be catching up on bullshit, busy work, and all that. So, what is going on with you all? What's new? Somebody tell me, somebody's got to have some good news or something new and exciting going on in their life that they want to share with us. Let's stop. It's not always about me. Let's talk about you. I find that to be a little more interesting today. So what up? Bill says nobody does a 3-hour tour anymore. A 3-hour tour. That I don't think is true. I think oftentimes when you pay for a 2-hour tour with a licensed guide, they'll end up going for 3. I don't I'll put it like this: the guides I know, unless they're on a very tight schedule, very rarely ever come in at 2 hours. It's just too much. It's too much to talk about. So yeah, I think you could do. But you're right. We don't really sell a 3-hour tour anymore. Nobody really does that. It's either a 2 or a 4. Our field talks are about an hour. Rocco says, hi, in Maryland to visit my daughter and family, coming to Gettysburg tomorrow. Very good. Enjoy your trip. 6 questions. Good morning. Faye, good morning to you. Jeff, Matt Callery, the great Gettysburg influence. Well, please, no. Don't call me that. And I don't know about that either. I wonder, it's interesting because from the outside looking in, from what I gather from what a lot of you say to me about me, the picture you paint, I don't know, or I guess the picture that's painted for you, and I don't know where it comes from, because if you listen to what I'm saying and read between the lines, none of that is true, Jeff, in reality here on the ground. But I like that it looks that way elsewhere. Ken, good morning. Ken, thank you for signing up for the Valley Forge tour. Matt Gillespie, good morning to you. Oh, I'm sorry, you're saying hi to 6 questions. And I already said good morning to you. Eric W says, enjoying some little ground top while watching the kids' swim lessons at the Y. Swim lessons, not lessons. Lessons at the Y. Can't go wrong with a nice thermos full of little ground top. Faye says, my life blows. It's hot as hell in Florida, and I miss Gettysburg. 70 degrees here, Faye. So, yes, it's quite pleasant today. Phil, thank you for the gas money. I appreciate that. And he says, little thanks for all you do. Mucho appreciating that. Thank you. Jeff, my birthday is Thursday, so that's kind of a big deal for all of you. That's true. No need for gifts. Just donate to Digital History Pioneers. Oh, well, that's very kind of you, Jeff. How selfless. Thank you. Thank you very much, and happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Today's Tuesday. I'm going to try to remember to text you on Thursday. Might happen at 11:59 p.m., but point is, I get there. Riding the Dutch gal, good morning to you. Barbara says, on Sunday, I realized my car is overdue for inspection. We'll have to do that soon. Yeah, that happened to me last month. Well, I knew it was coming due at the beginning of June, and I got too busy, and then next thing I know, it's July, and I go, shit. So I had to call and make an appointment for inspection, and got it taken care of. But of course, in the inspection, oh, you need this, you need that. I go, fine, whatever. They can't just charge you for the inspection, you know? Mr. Gutty says, good morning, friends. Haven't been able to catch up with everyone. Oh, yeah, hold on. Due to life circumstances, but happy to finally check in. My life circumstances aren't bad. They're good. And you were just reveling in the goodness. But if they were, then, sorry to hear that. Rich Snyder says, I just did a 3-hour tour with Jim Hessler, Hobart Ward's Brigade, and Devil's Den. Jim will go as long as you want. We could have easily done another hour. Matt Gillespie says, I've been afraid of a 3-hour tour ever since I saw Gilligan's Island. Likewise. And I think that's why most people don't do a 3-hour tour. Not so much because they're afraid they'll get shipwrecked, but because they're sick of the Gilligan's Island references. When I did the bike tours, before we moved it to a 4-hour tour, it was a 3-hour tour. And when people would call and ask and it would say 3 hour, they're like, oh, insert Gilligan's Island joke here. And so finally we said, you know what? Let's make it a 4-hour tour. And that's not really the reason why. The real reason why is because the guides could never, no matter how much we yelled at them, come in at 3 hours. So that extra hour, those bikes were out there not making us money. And so we extended it to 4. Then they couldn't come in under 5. And at that point, we said, we're not going to incrementally end up making this an 8-hour day for one tour, because nobody's going to pay what it's going to cost to do that. So you got to come in at 4 hours. Like, we've extended it for you guys enough. And they still didn't listen. So we're like, okay, whatever. Loyal Citizen Clothing, good morning to you. Wonder Monkey says, nah, man, Jeff is spot on. No one has gotten me more interested in Gettysburg than you have. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Dave. Ron. Hey, Ron. That's right. Next week is Mikey's second oral. Mikey. I can't do a very long tour today drive today because Tad is probably waiting at the studio as we speak. So I'm going to do a quick drive through just so you get a little view of the first day, but then I have to make a beeline to the studio. So, and it's actually more of a Z line, but whatever. And it's not exactly a Z. It's like a Z if you start making the Z at the bottom, and then when you get to the top to make the crossbar, somebody knocks your elbow. That's more of what it is. Maybe an upside down 7 line, upside down and backwards 7 line. The point is, it's not quite a B line, and whatever. And I don't even really know what a B line is because it doesn't look like a B. That's not a quicker way. Why do we say things and not know what they mean, right? All these expressions, like what is the word I'm looking for? We intuit what they mean. But there's John Heiser, and but we don't actually know where they come from until you look it up and you find out. Oh, that's what that means. It's a military term. It's a construction term. It's a whatever term. Anyway, Dirt Bike says, "Good morning, all. Wish we had some of that moisture our way. I wish I could send it to you. Then we'd both be happy, right, guys?" Good morning, Chris. Ron says, 6U, let me know if you want to do a practice. Yeah, likewise, 6U. Why don't we all do a practice together? I would love to help you guys. God bless you, 6U. I can't wait to get an official tour from you. 6 questions says, yes, Ron, I would love to do either Friday or Monday, whatever's most convenient for you. Actually, Mike, my friend Pete is coming to town, and we'll just be putzing around all day Saturday. If you want, you can take us on a tour. Pete knows superficial stuff. I mean, he started the bike tours with me, so he remembers stuff from 20 years ago. But as far as I know, he doesn't read a lot about the battle or anything. So you'd have somebody who is not as well versed along if you want. And same goes for you, Ron. Mr. Gutty says, let's your own okay, personal conversations. How hard are these tests? Is it this question fail or what? Now, Chris, he has to give a tour to a ranger and a licensed battlefield guide. The written exam was 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, it's December of 24, if I recall. Yeah, almost 2 years ago. Damn. Nothing moves so efficiently as government, right, folks? The horror stories I've heard from people, I won't say what they are, but the horror stories I've heard from some people who have gone through this process, it really is amazing to me, because when you it sounds like, wow, okay, yeah, that's That's really stringent, you know. But when you think of what you're getting in the end, it's almost kind of like abusive, a little sadistic, the process. Jeff says, I can't say enough how much I admire 6Q for his dedication to the process. It is a source of inspiration for me to just keep going, much like Icarus. I got to take my hat off to all these people that go through it, even if they fail in the end. Like, it is a dedication and a tism that I don't have, to be able to focus for this long, especially for the people that thought the next test was going to be given in 2019, because up until that point, it seemed to have been handed out on an every other year, or not handed out, but administered on an every other year basis. And I guess I could have gone a little longer. Tad's not here yet. That's a lot. I don't have that ability to focus on one thing for too long. It's a miracle I've been addressing Gettysburg for 8 years, because I've never stuck with anything for 8 years. I just can't bring myself to be so bored. But you get older, you have less desire to roam shiftlessly through the world. All right, so we're going to go in. Actually, you know what? Why don't you come in with us? Why don't you do that? See what it's like to go in. Let's see. Hear me. I just unplugged from the system. Can you still hear me? If you can still hear, I'll take you in. If you can't, there's no point. But let's... There's young Thaddeus waiting to be let in. Here we go, Tad. I'm gonna let you in. Go ahead, Tad. Tad's gonna go upstairs.
All right.
I'm just gonna put you down here while I turn off the alarm. Why does it smell like a skunk in here? We have a skunk in here. My God. So there's the dressing Gettysburg flag made by one of my friends back in Jersey as a good luck present. Tad is already there, getting ready to sit down in his chair. Oh, did everything transfer last night?
Yes.
Beautiful, Thaddeus, beautiful. All right. And then usually I come in here and set up my laptop. And if you're ever hungry, God blessings, dinner. And this was left. Oh, let me show you this here. Thanks to Nick Sellner. He left the catalog for his new business, Bucktail Creations. Got some cool stuff in here. But along with it, he left this. And I thought that was really cool. So I put it in as part of the set. We have to test to see if the if the cameras pick up the glare, and might have to adjust. But let me put you down there real quick. We'll flip this around. So now you have to look at my mug while I read to you. Hold on. Does it smell like a skunk in here to you, Tad?
Yeah, something's...
Yeah, right? Did you get sprayed? It's a very slight skunk smell. I'll bet you it's sprayed out in the alley or something last night. All right, let's see here. I can't say enough about how much. Okay, that's where I left off. Are you told which tour you'll be given or a random choice? Jeff, you know what happened to Icarus, right? That's a good point. Mr. Gutty said, I understand the reason why it's so hard on people, but that kind of pressure would probably shut me down right away. Yeah, and maybe that's why they do it. It's to weed people out. I don't know. Sixth question says, Chris, it is a general 2-hour tour that you build around a theme that tells the story of the battle. Sixth question says, I do feel like Icarus right now, to be honest. Mike, I've heard that from a couple of others that they're almost not even sure they want to continue through with the process, but you're so close. That's not exactly what you're saying, but that's what I've heard from others. And you're just so close. And, here's the thing. And with all due respect to wherever it's due, if you get in bed with the government, it's not going to be a pleasant experience for you at all, ever. It just isn't, because you have no negotiating power. You have recourse, but it's very difficult to exercise, and they don't really care. It's not their job to care. So it's a miserable process, and you have to really believe in what you do if what you do involves getting involved with the government, because you're always, in the end, going to lose. Even when you win, in the end, you're going to lose. And that's just the way it's set up. It's like dealing with the mob. Just the way it goes. All right. Now, let's see here. What am I working on today?
You have a nice drawing.
What am I working on today? What are you working on today? Oh, CWI, right? And I got to do the color on the Keith Bohannon one. Yeah. All right. Did you export the whatchamacallit? What do they call that, Ted? The project. Did you export the project? No. All right, export that, and then I'll put that drive in over here, and I'll do the color over here because this monitor's better for that. 6 year, just recommend you to some noobs who are taking their first trip to Gettysburg, looking around, showing some loud and clear behind the scenes. We can hear you. I can hear you still. Okay, good. If you want me to not drop your name like that, then just holler at me. I didn't know you were actively looking to do some more practicing. I can hear you. I do love a little behind the scenes. No problem, Wonder Monkey. I do appreciate it. My Tumblr is awesome. He does good work. Yes, my Tumblr is in the car, but I'll show you. Bethany left hers here so that she can drink it on the show. Oh, geez, hers is all like wrapped up. But in case you missed AG today, because you're not a patron, Nick made these awesome Tumblrs for us, and it says Bethany. See, it says Bethany there. And look at that. He put Bethany's picture from 32 years ago on there. But Bethany hides from Facebook, so it's hard to find pictures. And he did this as a surprise for us. So we didn't know this was coming. So, of course, he wasn't going to be able to ask us for photos, because then that would tip us off that something's going on, you know. So thanks, Nick, once again from Bucktail Creations. Okay. So sure you should grow a full silver beard as a retired federal government worker. Matt is right. Thank you, Rich. I am so close, and I'm going to get that badge next Wednesday. Damn right you are, Michael. All right. So. Sit down and tell me about it. You don't have to shout and holler. Just tell me what you really want to. I'm going to say, what if we did it like this? Sorry, I'm just adjusting something here. I'll try that. Save it. Okay. All right, let's see. 2026Q. Very cool tumblers. I'm so close, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, so I've got to do some work here. And as much as I'd rather sit and chat with you guys, I need to get that work done and everything. So if you're a patron, tomorrow we'll have Jacob Bates on. We'll do an interview with him. And I think that's about it for this week. Dave accidentally cleared my schedule for the week. I just needed it cleared for Monday, but he saw a calendar notification that cleared out the whole month, but he missed that it said 2027. Because after this month, I realized next year I need to not have any recordings because I'm burnt out. So I went and I cleared the whole month ahead of time before anything gets booked, and he didn't see that. So he started rescheduling all my dates for the rest of this month, which was only a couple. And then I caught it, and I was like, no. But I actually appreciate the break from recording. So, but even when I try to get a break from recording, somebody's in town and they're like, hey, can we record? So, you got to roll with the punches. That's how you do it. Otherwise, what are you doing? What are you doing? Is not there something tomorrow night with Carolyn? Yeah, but that's pre-recorded. So I don't have to actually be here and do anything. We did that months ago in preparation for the release of her book. So we were going to release that when the book is coming out. Which reminds me, I should probably put a link to the book, unless Jeff already did. I don't know. I should have looked. Jeff, Cornelia Hancock, not Handcock. I had to go through and correct all those, but I'm glad I looked at it. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you later. Goodbye.